And we're live now.
Kia ora, welcome to the Puna Kōrero meeting of the 5th of April. The Chair and Deputy Chair vacated the Chair for this meeting, and in their absence the meeting must select another Chair under Standing Order 14.2. Do I have any nominations?
Nominate the Mayor.
The Deputy Mayor has nominated the Mayor. We have a seconder in Councillor Leggett. Do we have any others? No. All those in favour say aye.
Aye.
Those against? I declare Mayor Baker as acting chair.
Thank you very much. So I'll open to Puna Kōrero for the 5th of April. We've got apologies from Councillor Morrell. I'll move that. Seconded by Councillor Soili. Oh, sorry, that was a mouthful. All those in favour? All those against? Carried. We've got no requests of public forum. Are there any conflicts of interest? No, no hands. I've got no notification. Sorry? No notifications of extraordinary business. So we go to confirmations of minutes of the 7th of April. I will move it, put it on the table, seconded by Councillor Duncan. All those in favour? All those against? Carried. We move to our first report, 6.1, the transport report. I'll move it, put it on the table, excuse me, seconded by Councillor Leggett. Any questions on this for Ethel? Yes, Councillor, we happy?
Thank you. I just want some clarification around Kalingo Street, K.2C. Sorry, I've taken a screenshot, so I don't have the actual page number with me.
Page 23.
So it's K2 Kalingo Street in the, oh, sorry, it was, yeah, tab 3. Sorry, I don't have the page number. It's cut off the bottom of my, anyway.
On the report.
Yeah, so K2 Kalingo Street, the northern side from the intersection of Warspite Ave in an easterly direction for a distance of 64 metres. So I haven't actually gone and measured that myself, but I just want some clarification. Last year, I received some complaints in that area regarding a waste management truck that parked very, very close to the proposed where those broken yellow lines are. If you go to the image on plan 2 of Kalingo Street, and of course it's not going to show me the page number, is it?
Right, 24 is the second one.
Sorry, yes, 24, thank you, page 24. The top picture, the waste management truck, which I have photos of, and I have actually logged it and sent it through to roading team in December last year. It parks quite close to that and over that hump that you can kind of see there in the picture where the crisscross lines are. And of course, on that side of the road, there is a early learning childcare centre. Can you just confirm for me that those lines will be carried on further? Because I'm trying to understand what the 64 metres is. So how far along are the no stopping lines or going to be put in there? And has the issues of that waste management truck being addressed?
Through the chair, Councillor, to answer your question, so these are existing lines. So they, although they haven't been bylawed, so the intention was to make them legal by adding them to the bylaw so that it's enforceable. Your query about the rubbish truck, I don't actually recall seeing that, but I will have to go back and have a look. So as it stands, I would have to go back and make sure that we've included taken that into consideration. And as and to address how far it goes like about 2/3 of the way in front of the property, the early childcare centre. So it's yeah, taking what's there and making it legal essentially. If that answers your questions.
Kind of. I just guess that waste management truck, the back end of it is actually where the yellow lines are. I do actually have a photo, but it's probably going to be impossible for me to show you online.
Okay.
Or the rest of the councillors actually. It is quite dangerous in the position that it is, but I would have thought that you would bring those yellow lines over that hump to kind of avoid. I mean, I don't have issues with trucks obviously parking on the side of the road safely, but where it parks at the moment is not safe, particularly when people are coming from Waitangiroa turning left into Kalingo Street.
Yeah.
That's kind of my my concern, and a lot of other residents' concern, which is why I logged it back in December.
Yeah, right. So I think, yeah, the broken yellow lines go all the way from Warspite to almost the eastern end of that childcare centre. So it would be illegal to park there, regardless of who you are. So if I'm correct, you're saying the trucks are parking where the hump is, right?
The truck is directly parking over the hump. That is correct.
Okay. Yeah, that would be illegal.
Right.
It's currently not because it's not bylawed. So
Right.
we'd be able to get enforcement team onto it and stop that from happening.
Once we pass this bylaw, you can then take it up.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. I just guess my concern is that the waste management truck owner hasn't been spoken to about it, even though it's been an issue for some time. And then now we can just tick it up. I don't know. But
Oh, we'd inform them after we make these sorts of changes. We inform the affected residents saying this bylaw has been passed, and so they're aware where it's at.
cool. Okay. Thank you.
Cool.
Councillor Sayuli?
Yeah, thank you, Chair, Madam Chair. Hey, just Ethel, you mentioned, I've got other questions, but just regarding that your answers to Councillor Wehapi. Regarding, you said that the broken yellow lines are from Warspite?
Yes.
Is it? So they go all the way from Warspite along Kalingo?
Yeah, that's my understanding, the existing ones, yeah.
Okay. I just don't see it on the map, that's all. Hey, my other questions, I just had my other questions were regarding the process in terms of how are these broken yellow lines determined? I'm just looking at do they come from businesses or are they resident complaints?
Yeah.
Or is it a safety thing that we've determined? I just want to understand the process before I answer my next question, please.
Yeah, so more often than not, they come through from residents who have issues with parking or access to their property. It can also be from businesses who think there's, for example, one of the items I've included in this report on Ulrich Street, it was a bakery who requested time restricted parking so that customers have an opportunity to park instead of all day parkers, just all day parking all across the street. And so their customers have to walk really far to get to their business. So that's the most common scenario. In some instances, our team will identify where broken yellow lines could be beneficial and would consult on that basis. And the other situation is either a new project like a new intersection improvement or subdivision that comes through. We'd include broken yellow lines as part of those.
Okay, thank you. So my other question is just regarding Hereford Street. Those houses that have been impacted with these yellow lines, do they have access into their houses? You know, like access driveways to their houses?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure each of those 3 properties have one driveway.
Right, yeah.
Each.
Okay. I mean, was there any accidents around that way why it was included?
No, we had a few concerns about lack of visibility from the intersection what's it called? That intersection at the northwestern corner that people were parking too close to the intersection, and it was dangerous with through traveling traffic, with the potential for conflict between cars at that intersection. So that was one of the main things. And the other thing is, because it's such a tight bend along Hereford Street, there's potential for conflict as people getting in and out of their parked cars along that side of the road where the broken yellow lines are proposed. You can't see very far when cars are approaching, so it just kind of eliminates that conflict, and yeah, works quite well. We did something similar on Raiha Street as well, just along the inside of the bend. Visibility is always an issue along that section of road.
Okay, I guess with Raiha Street, there's no residents, whereas this one here, there's residents.
Yeah,
So,
there was businesses on Raiha Street, so yeah, it is slightly different.
Yes, were there with the neighbours? Did they have any issues?
So Hereford Street, we consulted with 57 affected parties, so quite a lot, and got back 6 responses in total. Four were in support and 2 were against. I'd have to look closely at the responses to tell you if they raised anything major, but I would have put it in the report if it was anything significant.
Okay. I mean, just last thing for me, the only reason why I bring it up is because, like if there's no access, which there is, but if you've got people that are coming to visit their houses, there's like they've got a bit of a walk to get to the place where they're going.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Thanks, Ethel.
Thanks, Councillor.
They have the new transport rules with no parking required, Whakoi, so you're going to see that happen more often. People are going to have to walk. Councillor Duncan, did you have your hand up or have you changed your mind?
I'm happy now. Thanks.
I've got one, Ethel, on attachment 7, the starboard lane. You've got the red lines on one corner and the picture shows the Whitby Collegiate bus. Does that mean it can park there, but just on the other side of the road in that little bit?
1 second, I'm just loading it up. So, oh, come on. My proposal shows parking restrictions along that western side. So are you asking if they're able to park along that end where there's no restriction?
Yeah, just flip the bus over so that it's on the other side where there's no red lines. So you're still at the end of the cul-de-sac, but just on the other side of the road.
Yeah.
Because we will get asked that.
Yeah, sorry, I'm trying to understand your question a bit better.
But I think the answer is yes. Yeah, I think the answer is yes, because the signage is on the other side of the road.
Okay, thank you. Okay, no more questions. Oh, yes, Councillor Leggett.
Thank you, Mayor Baker. Ethel, I just a point. How many more of these are to come? I take the points of others and concerns that we are restricting parking for good reasons in most cases, but it seems like if you were looking at this, we're putting parking restrictions all over the city, and very soon we won't be able to park anywhere on the road. So how many more are to come?
Thanks, Councillor. Difficult to say. It is going to become difficult to say because it depends a lot on the number of complaints that we get about broken yellow lines, but in the future I would like to develop some sort of strategy about the point that Mayor just brought up just before about parking restriction being removed from new development. So it is going to become more of an issue in the future. So I'd like to have some sort of strategy where we can have a plan, so we're not removing stuff on a case-by-case basis, but we have some sort of strategy we can refer back to. So that's my intention for the future.
Yeah, that sounds like a really good idea to me, because if you do it on a case-by-case basis, you get that creeping incrementalism whereby all of a sudden we look around and we can't park anywhere. Exaggerating for effect, obviously. But, the combination of what Mayor Baker says in terms of new developments and the things that we're doing now, I just wanted to be sure that there weren't 50 others that were waiting in the wings.
No, not 50. There are a few waiting, but not 50.
Okay.
Through the Mayor, that's what I was going to ask, Ethel. You've been consistently working away at the backlog, so the backlog can't be that big now.
That's right, yeah.
And through the Chair, the other point, Councillor Leggett, would be Ethel is now moving ahead with the school safety program over the next couple of years. So depending on what happens around each school and pedestrian crossings and parking there, you might see some yellow lines associated with those initiatives. I think this coming financial year, Ethel, you're trying to sort out 14 schools in Porirua, is that right?
Yeah, next couple of financial years, yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
And it's all very well putting lines in, but it's about compliance. So that's the other side to it. Okay, so no more questions. I will put the motion. All those in favour? All those against? Carried. That brings us to the end of the meeting at